I've been running a little low on my Nintendo content, bruh. This man is ridiculous, bruh. Out here damage controlling as to why Elden Ring running at 15 FPS on his pathetic Nintendo Switch 2, telling people that the console is more powerful. Matter of fact, it's on par with the Series S. Just look at those textures on Street Fighter 6, just to find out that a game that came out during the PS4 generation is having a hard time running on your pathetic excuse of a gaming console, man. This dude is out here damage controlling, telling people, well, it's under. That's not what you said. You said that the Switch 2 was on par, or if not better, than what you're getting with the Series S, just to find out that the Elden Ring game that you're talking about runs far better on that platform than what you're getting with Nintendo Switch 2. It's the inconsistencies, man. And then you want to go as far to tell people, I never said that. It's under. Really? Matter of fact, let's get with the fact check. Bruh, what is this man even talking about, bro? If only y'all would put the same thing y'all do in tweets and your YouTube videos, man, then I would actually know about these. This is crazy. I know we're human, and as such, double standards are far more common than they should be. What do you mean? Okay, but this is weird right now. A recent game runs like garbage on all platforms and work. What are you talking about? Elden Ring don't run that bad in comparison to what we've seen with the Switch 2 and worse on PS5. Oh, really? Oh, is he talking? Oh, he must be talking about Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta Snake Eater. Okay. Here it is. The developer's fault, not the system. Elden Ring runs poorly on Switch 2 despite running better on worse hardware. It's the platform's fault. You hear this? Double standards. It's rampant. Nintendo's evil because they have a policy that can break your system. Everyone else has the same policy and nobody bats an eye. But like Alex has said, Nintendo has acted on that. And what's even more crazy, you got Nintendo bricking people just for using used games. So it is not the same thing. Yeah, Microsoft and Sony might have the same things in play, but they're not acting upon those things in Nintendo Prime. And the funny thing is, two wrongs don't make it right. So just because everybody else is doing it doesn't necessarily mean that Nintendo, gets a free pass.
Right. Look at Nintendo Prime. Xbox and PlayStation have this act the same way. No, yeah, exactly, machine. I call them out too. They just don't tell you on the box. PC got digital practically. Nobody complains.
Nobody complains.
Double standards.
Hey, yo, man, that voice is crazy.
Here is reality. Love it or hate it. No.
Here is reality. A Nintendo fanboy talking about reality is crazy, man. Have you seen Harmon Smith? That man's living in his own reality. He don't know what's going on outside, man. We could be 2000, it could be Cyberpunk 2077, and he still don't know what's going on besides his Nintendo systems.
Oh, no. We're not going to do the cope session, my boy. Gaming will be in all digital in my lifetime. Yes. And if you think it will fail once, it is you aren't paying attention. Well, and if you think it will fail once it is, you aren't paying attention. I'm not saying it will. Your phone is all digital. Your computer. There are the two
all digital.
Bro, that's not...
What is it?
Not what we were talking about.
Why does NP think he can take Nip's job?
I'm going to be honest, man. Like, I get it. Like, I understand there's a lot of double standards in the community, but Nintendo bricking systems is far worse than anything I've ever seen. It's gotten to the point where people have picked up a used game, which wouldn't be a fault to the consumer, just because that version of the game got dumped on the internet and somebody used it, right? Therefore, the consumer that buys within the used market gets punished. You want to sit there and say that Nintendo's not evil, Nintendo Prime, but didn't they shut down a charity not too long ago? A charity, Oh, man, I got to take my glasses off of this. Bro, what is wrong with you people, man? If I can see far better as to what's going on in the gaming community, even without my glasses on, then that just shows you people, you people are blind.
But this is not the argument people were making. It is a portable device that does not have cell service. That's the problem. In gaming consoles, we're holding onto a carryover from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and 2000s, and 2010s.
It's so funny that every time I be saying that, GameStar with another W. You dinosaurs need to go extinct. At least Nintendo Prime is. At least he understands this.
Yeah, in some form, physical game will always exist with vinyl records still exist. But we all know most homies come listen to music.
Most homies.
Or be a streamer. In the end, if you... How did this go? Nintendo is evil for raising the price of original Switch?
No, Nintendo is evil for shutting down a charity. That's what they evil for, bro. It's so funny that this man act like Nintendo is not a bad company, bro. There's a lot of bad stuff that Nintendo has done. You know, the illegal contracts with Sega during that heyday because they was afraid of competition, no different than Sony. And this man is out here saying that Nintendo is not, essentially saying they're not evil. Crazy, bro.
Yes, that's evil. PS5 digital paying $100. Yes, that's evil. They can't help it. It's the economy. No, it's not.
Oh, man.
Personally, I don't care. This is the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem. That is the problem. It's because people don't want to put their foot down, and that's why I tell people, man. That's why when y'all like games, so why do it feel like you siding with these? It's not even that I'm siding with them. It's the fact that I can't take a community seriously. That I can sit there and tell people what they should and what they shouldn't do, right? And you guys are gonna do it anyway. Even if Grand Theft Auto 6 is anti-consumer and they charge $100, you guys are going to go buy the game anyway. You know it. So no matter what I tell you not to do, you're going to do it anyway. So at that point, I might as well just laugh about the whole situation, enjoy what I'm doing, and just laugh at you fools and in the chaos that you guys, because you guys are creating these problems. You know? It's the same thing with the Pokemon games. Oh, your Nintendo got to set. Why do they have to separate Pokemon games? Why? Have you ever thought of that? Why do you have to buy two Pokemon games that are practically the same, but they have one different legendary, a few different Pokemon that you can't? Oh, but they want to emphasize on the trading mechanic. Bro, that's what Nintendo has trained you to think. But at the end of the day, we shouldn't be having Pokemon Sword and shit. They should be all in one game. And you people out here paying for it. You're buying the same game twice, but just with a different legendary on it.
Thank you for attending class today. I'm Jarrell. I develop games for a living.
Well, why does he talk to his audience like children? What do you mean attending class? Teacher, there ain't nobody here. What? You could at least show us a better background picture with people actually in the background, bro. What are you attending class? Like what?
Thank you for attending class today. I'm Jarrell. I develop games.
Bro, weren't you making country music? Ain't you supposed to be developing video games, man? I don't understand this guy, man. I mean, at this point, man, you guys are just an endless pool of content to continue to make videos on, man. I know. I thought them people had you running out of town. You know, weren't you grind making country music, and now you out here becoming a teacher, or should I say a professor?
For a living. Recently, we have just seen some reports that the demo for Elden Ring running on Switch 2 does not have good performance. This means that the game has a less than desirable frame rate. The frame rate is low, the frames per second, the number of new frames that are drawn for each second. Ideally, we would like that to be at 60. That means within...
It ain't even about 60. What about 30? What about 30? And I know I'm going to get a lot of flack from people for saying, I can't play games at 30. Well, listen, 30 was the minimum. Y'all know it. It's been like this ever since the PlayStation 1. I'm tired of all these fanboys talking about, games all need to be 60 now. That's another reason why they don't push the envelope. Because you guys want games to all be capped at 60. And guess what? The only way they're able to do that is with old games. That's it.
1 second, the image on screen has changed 60 times. A game has a rendering budget, not in terms of money, but in terms of the power that the hard to record video of this, which shows that they are not confident in showing people what this looks like. So it is an admission that the performance of the game is not great right now. So I want to share some of my perspective on that as a developer. Still run acceptably. So Cyberpunk 2077 is the benchmark, the example of a visually complex game. Just because a game engine is able to produce something for the PC, for the PlayStation, for the Xbox, it does not mean that you can just add a button and say, make a Switch 2 version. There's a significant amount of work that needs to go into customizing and adjusting.
But at the end, get to the point, bro. You still ain't even bringing it up. At the end of the day, I wasn't even expecting the game to run at 60 FPS. I was expecting the game to run at least at a stable 30. And even then, it's half of that. It's at 15 FPS, probably even dipping, probably in even worse. Like, bro, we went back to the N64 days.
That framework that game engine so that it takes...
This shouldn't be happening. I don't care what you say, Mr. Professor. This should not be happening, considering that you had Nintendo advertising this device as a 4K 120 frame device, right? Y'all remember when Nintendo was promoting that and y'all bought into those lies? You even had people like Player Essence and Nintendo Prime saying, it's a 4K device. What was the point of even putting a 120 FPS screen on the portable console if the vast majority of your games, not even the games that Nintendo's even making as of right now, ain't even hitting that frame rate?
Advantage of a new platform. Every game platform, every hardware configuration has a unique set of points on the Switch. So it is the job of the engine development team to find that and then make improvements. When it comes to proprietary engines...
But the point is that it should at least be able to run the game more capable than a PlayStation 4. Right? You and several other Nintendo content creators, because that's what I'm going to call them, because he's always defending Nintendo, you guys have stated that the Switch 2 is at least on par with the Series S. These are claims that you people have made. So all this talk about, oh, we can't run like that, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the game should at least run at a cap 30. We cannot disagree with that. But to run lower than that, after you guys have spewed all... Game still with another W. Remember when I kept telling these people, what do y'all talk about? Switch 2 is not powerful. It's just running PS4 games. What are you talking about? Oh, it's being Street Fighter. Yeah, because Capcom decided to go back in the game and touch it up and make it a little bit more cleaner. But at the end of it, it still ain't running at 120. Series S, Xbox, Series S and X, and PS5 are all running at 120. That version don't. You get what I'm saying? And that's a PS4 game. Street Fighter 6 is a PS4 game. Cyberpunk, even that game's development had more to do with the PS4 development of the game. They just never went back and touched it up. You get what I'm saying? But you people want to sit there and act like, oh, but the Switch 2 is if the Switch 2 was remotely as powerful as the Series S, we wouldn't be having these problems right now. And you people know it. Y'all gonna blame this on poor optimization, and all this. Now, my whole thing is that you guys was looking forward to that, what was it, Dusk Blood game? At this point, I don't even want to know how that game's gonna turn out on this system. Because if y'all can't even do a PS4 Elden Ring, what makes you think you're gonna be able to take the full advantage of the power of the Switch 2 and don't get worse performance than this?
Make certain, okay, I've found exactly what's causing the performance issues. There isn't a real reason why there should be a performance issue. There just is. Because, again, every game platform, every hardware configuration has a unique set of quirks. So you find what's some sort of expected end result when it comes to the game. So, obviously with Elden Ring, it's quite a complex game. It's very demanding.
Oh, there you go. You guys heard it. It's a quite demanding game. A PS4 game is breaking the backs of the Switch 2 already. Games still with another W. You know what? I don't think the Switch 2 is going to be successful. Like I've said before, give it by next year with the GTA 6, and ain't nobody, they're going to be dropping the price of this Switch 2. Because ain't nobody want this crap, man. You're trying to tell me a PS4 game such as Elden Ring is already breaking the backs of the Switch 2? Now, we already know y'all ain't getting Grand Theft Auto 6. You even got Nintendo fanboys thinking they going to get that. Y'all ain't definitely getting that game. I mean, and if this continues to go on, you might not even get Red Dead Redemption 2 or even or what's the other one? Was it Red Dead Redemption 2 and then some other game they got coming out? Yeah, I mean, at this point, man, the Switch 2 is a failure. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, man, you Nintendo fanboys, y'all need to speak up because your Switch 2 definitely ain't no Switch Series S.